Welcome to the Windy City Bender Podcast with your hosts, Nolly, Poetzy, Jarom, and Tanner.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 77 of the Windy City Bender Podcast, the Kirby Dach. Careful over there, Tanner.
It's not me.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Number 77, the Kirby Dach. Our first episode of the regular season. Kind of excited. Three-man crew today. Got Poets over here, Tanner downtown. What's going on?
What's up?
What's up? And we got Jarom.
How's it going, boys?
Not too bad. Already making some money on the season by betting. Did not make any money on the Blackhawks, so they screwed the pooch pretty hard. So, but having a good time so far. Happy this season started.
Absolutely.
How do you guys feel?
Yeah. Everything.
Stupid excited, but now we have to wait a few more days till the next game.
Yeah, I know. What is it, like the 9th or something?
It's the 10th.
So it's
10th?
Thursday.
Yeah,
they're playing San Jose.
Yeah. So
you gotta wait a whole week after the first game. It's like
something that they actually might need.
Yeah.
Because was not pretty on Friday.
No, I mean, I kind of said in the group chat, I think everything that went wrong that game is what we expected to happen. It kind of really just shows where our weaknesses are and that they got to fucking figure it out.
It's everything that we expected to happen, yes, but it's also everything that was supposed to be fixed as well.
Yeah.
Which, how much can you really be upset about one game into the year? In a foreign country.
Yeah. Overanalyzing everything right now.
Exactly. So, I'm sure once they start to kind of get in the groove of everything. I did see one really funny tweet, though, that was Hawks were behind the eight ball already, had too long of a training camp under Jeremy Colleton, too many systems for them to understand. And I thought that was hilarious.
Jeez. Since
last year, there were people that were talking about how because Jeremy Colleton didn't get to run his systems in training camp, that it put him behind the eight ball. So I thought that was hilarious. But some really, really glaring issues in game one. First and foremost for me, we were just talking about it before we hopped on. Face-offs. Yeah. Holy Lord.
Yes.
I mean, you can't even blame it on the ice because the Flyers rocked what was it, like 68% or something like that?
It's 62% face-off percentage.
I mean, that's brutal. And Jonathan Taves, one of the best centermen, face-off men in the league, couldn't do anything.
Yeah,
8 for 22.
8 for 22.
That's awful.
That's not good.
Just awful. I mean, and especially when it's late in the game, you're down by 1, and you got a face-off in the offensive zone, and you need a face-off win. Throwing somebody who's 8 and 22 into the dot, it's, what do we even do there?
Yeah, what'd you say?
Pray for the best?
Strome was the best with 5 for 11.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so 45%.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, you got Philadelphia Flyer players who are rocking 75%, 70%, 68%. So, I mean, if you're not starting out with the puck right off the bat, you're already behind the eight ball.
Yeah. Chasing it. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think people realize how big that actually is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's funny for something that's like so big in the game. It's like probably the least looked at stat, and I don't know. It's frustrating a little bit.
Well, I feel at some point too, if you're not winning the draws clean, you got to just tie up at some point. Just push forward, tie up, have your winger come in and pick up the puck.
That's what they teach you. That's what they teach you in like squirt. Like, if you can't win it, just make sure your guy doesn't get it.
Yeah.
Don't just let them just have free range to that puck. That's not what you need.
Yeah. So that's something that they're definitely going to be looking at. Penalty kill. Still wasn't great. It was better, I thought. It still wasn't great, though.
Yeah, I thought Carpenter looked pretty good out there on the penalty kill.
Mhm.
Definitely is as advertised for that role.
Mm-hmm. I think that's something that you could probably actually not so much blame, but put a little bit more stock into the white ice on that. There's a lot more ice to have to cover on a penalty kill out there in Europe. So, I mean, I think that's something that you could definitely.
Did they actually use a European rink?
No, it was a regular
Yeah,
size
it was.
rink.
It was regular.
I thought it was a European rink.
No, when they played last Sunday against that Eisburn team, they used the European ice. But I'm pretty sure because it's an NHL regulation game, they use NHL regulation
it had to be
ice.
regulation size.
What is the point in playing in Europe? Okay,
I
thought it's
to grow the game.
To grow the game, right? Yeah.
Play in the European rink. I thought I saw a tweet somewhere. Somebody was saying that talk about white ice. It might have been for that.
I'm like,
game, yeah.
I'm like,
I might just be mixing it. Yeah,
I'm like 99% sure it was regulation size.
No, I'm 100% sure because I remember like when I was watching the game, I was looking at it, I was like, that's a regulation ice rink. Like that's not wide. So
interesting.
Yeah.
So there
I feel like for those games.
So there goes your positive look on the penalty.
Yeah, I know. There it goes. I was just trying to be positive Peter over here, and you guys are just shitting on me.
Yeah.
So,
well, if you want to be positive, let's be positive. Alex Nylander.
There you go.
He scores his first goal. Patrick Kane, he pots 3. Like he gets 3 points. Like that looked good.
The Brinket with the fucking
Brinket, yeah. Oh my God, what a snipe!
Not scoring a goal in the entire preseason, and then finally coming through here, game 1. So
save himself.
1 second left on the power play.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't even like a full power play, right? It was a 4-on-4.
It was a 4-on-4, and I think they might have like 45 seconds or something like that.
Yeah. And then we got the power play and scored with 1 second. So
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Dennis Gilbert, he looked a little shaky to start.
Mm-hmm.
So, like he coughed the puck up, which led to the first goal. But then the rest of the game, I was like, looks pretty solid.
I was impressed with him.
You know what? And they talked about it on the post-game show. I like that Colleton threw him right back out there after that goal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's one of those things where, if you take that kid and you sit him down for a little bit after the goal, he's never going to regain that confidence.
Oh,
I mean, he's going to be shot all day. So you throw him back out there, be like, hey, you're fine. That was just one little blunder. Yeah. Go ahead and get back out there.
He was so
able to
funny.
Kind of get into a groove.
The way that he coughed the puck up for that first goal, like he had fanned on the pass and then got it back and then tried to make another pass, which is what got intercepted. But on the first fan to pass, I was like, oh, shit, what a sick move. like, completely unintentional, but, like, got around the first guy, and then he kind of panicked a bit and then just kind of dumped it off, and Konechny picked it up and sniped.
Yeah, how about Travis Konechny? 2 pretty identical goals.
Yeah.
Well, the fucking second one was unreal.
Yeah. It walked through Duncan Keith. And then Crawford, I'm not sure what he was doing there because he went to butterfly slide when he got around Keith. I don't understand why he did that. I don't know if he thought that a shot was coming right away. But he went to butterfly slide, and then he was on his way back up again. And then Konechny threw that backhander, and then he had to go back down, and he was all out of sorts.
It was a terrible read, I thought.
Yeah. I don't know what he was doing there, what he was thinking. Maybe he lost an edge. I don't know. I did think, minus that goal and that wraparound goal, I did think he played very well, though.
Yeah.
He looked confident. His rebounds were very good. He was very calm in the net. And that's what I noticed about him a couple of years ago when he finally started to really take off and become one of the best goalies in the league. He was just calm. He was making those scrambly saves, but he was in control of everything. It wasn't like he was flopping around like an idiot.
Yeah, he's like not like the Dominic Hasek style of goaltending, but much more in control. That's right. I was gonna say that's one of the bummers is that wraparound goal was not good, and then that ended up deciding the game, which is kind of a bummer. But I mean, game 1, they'll be okay.
Yeah, they'll be fine. They're still gonna throw Leonard. I think they're still gonna throw Leonard in for the San Jose game.
Yeah, I mean, go for it because that's awesome. It's exciting. Leonard's fucking really good too.
I mean, at this point, first month of the season, I think you need to just go back and forth until you kind of get that groove and see who's got that hot hand going.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, unless somebody's throwing up like a 41 save shutout or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Then go back to them. But I think you rotate them until somebody starts getting hot. So,
yeah, definitely.
Thought he was good. And we touched on it before. Canner, 3 points, 1 goal, 2 assists. He was cruising out there. He was feeling pretty good. Dominic Kubalik.
Yeah.
I thought he was pretty good. I really wanted him to. Wanted him to at least get something. Yeah.
Yeah. While he was just like at home, basically.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Had all of his family in the stands and everything like that. That would have been a really, really nice, story. But I thought he looked good. He had some good jumps, just couldn't get anything in.
I'm just so excited to see that kid get going. Like, I think he is going to be a fucking stud for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's gonna be very solid, I think, which is great because I can't believe we just got him out of nowhere for like a 5th round pick.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, LA. Appreciate it.
LA. Speaking of LA, we do have an interview today with Letterkenny star Dylan Playfair. Super excited about it. We'll get to that after we talk about the Hawks and the NHL a little bit. But really excited about that interview. Really cool guy. He was actually on his way to Oilers preseason game.
Yeah.
See his dad coach, which is kind of funny. So
it's not too bad.
Total Florida move for him to hop on with us.
Total Florida move. I wanted to ask you guys what you thought about the line changes going into the third period. The second period for the Blackhawks was really where things kind of got out of sorts.
Yeah.
They were outshot by a lot. And only scored with like the last 30 seconds left to go in the period or something like that to make it 3-2. And Colleton went and he switched up the lines a little bit. Took Nylander off that top line.
Yeah, put Kajula back up there.
And put Kajula up there. How did you guys feel about that?
I don't mind that. Because Nolly hits it home a lot too, and I agree with him. Kajula looked good when he played with Taves last year.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you were going to switch up lines like that, I think I would have left Nylander on that line. Maybe move Kane down with Strome and DeBrincat, and then do like
that was kind of my thought on that too, because Nylander he was flying around there, he was getting some chances. Why not keep him on that first line instead of throwing him on the third?
Yeah, because he also didn't play much after that point either.
No, he really didn't. He never really got out on the ice.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal with that was. Like, I thought he was looking pretty good when he was out there earlier in the game.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, he was engaged. Like, I can understand if maybe like he scored his goal and just kind of sat back a little bit.
Yeah,
I can understand that. But I mean, he was engaged in the play. I saw him in the defensive zone making a couple really nice defensive plays too. So I mean, I don't think it was anything against Nylander. I think it was more so just Colleton wanted to get a little bit of a change in the lineup, but I don't think that Nylander should have been the one that went down.
No, definitely not.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
well, I think it's just because he also knew that line, like from last year, they created chances and they brought the energy to when it was just the Kajula, Kane, and Taves, and just kind of going with what he's had before and was used to.
I think they need a role though, like we were talking about. They need a role with that Strome, Kane, DeBrincat line when it comes down to like you need a goal. Let's put those three out together, because the offensive between DeBrincat and Kane and then DeBrincat and Strome, like man, magical shit can happen with that. I don't know. I think they need to push that out there a little bit more often.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's what I thought was going to happen when he started shifting lines in the third period. I thought he was going to put that line in full together, and then have Nylander with Taves, and then whoever coming up on the side there. I don't know.
At least it wasn't like a Coach Q like blender lines or just completely everything doesn't make sense.
Oh yeah, everything was
definitely
right.
You just keep plugging and playing until something works.
Yeah,
right. It would still work, but
there was a method to the madness at least.
Right. There were some lines that he would throw at you, just be like, "What is happening?"
Yeah. Just
okay.
Like, What? And it's just Kane on every line too.
Yeah, I know.
How,
sorry.
how are you guys feeling about the decor after that game?
I feel like it was kind of blown a bit out of proportion. Keith is going to be Keith. Seabrook is going to be Seabrook. We know what we're going to get out of them. I actually liked Olimata. Yesterday. I thought he was quite good. Led the rush a couple different times, got some opportunities, but he was also good on the back end. We know what Gus is going to give us back there. It's not going to be very good. We talked about Gilbert. I liked him back there too.
Yeah.
And then who's the other? Cuckoo was the other one out there.
Yeah, Cuckoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had the unfortunate bounce too on that power play or penalty kill.
Oh yeah, that went off his
chest.
off his chest. So I like Slater Cuckoo. I like him a lot. So I thought that they played relatively well. Honestly, the guys that had the most issues were Keith and Seabrook.
Yeah, Keith was not good.
No, I mean Keith got walked, and then on that fourth goal, they were blaming whoever his D partner was. I think it was Cuckoo. They're blaming his D partner for not receiving the pass when Keith put himself in a terrible position.
Yeah.
I was like, what are we doing? I was watching the post-game show, and I was like, what is going on? That was all on Keith, and then also Crawford as well for not following the puck around.
Yeah, I don't know what that. Yeah, that would just looked very, very poor.
Yeah, I don't understand how his partner gets blamed for that. It just
because it can't be Keith.
Yeah, I don't know.
Our Lord and Savior, Duncan Keith.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, keep playing that way. Maybe we'll see Boquist pretty soon.
Well, Gilbert just got sent down yesterday. I saw.
Yeah.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
Dennis Gilbert just got sent down yesterday. So,
which going to happen?
Was it? Is Murphy coming back or what?
I'm assuming, yeah.
And then Dahan too.
Oh, and Dahan. That's right.
Yeah. I'm assuming one or both.
Yeah, they both have groin injuries, so it's a matter of just getting them back. I think by Thursday they should both be able to go.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be good. That'd be nice to see like what the actual top six is going to be looking like with those guys put in there.
Yeah, as I was gonna say, I think people that are like freaking out about the decor too need to like sit back and realize that this wasn't a full strength decor.
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
and that's two of our better defensive defensemen as well.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm still so excited to see more Connor Murphy just fucking around.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It was like the most exciting and surprising thing I've ever seen when that happened. Mm-hmm. It's just great. He likes to get under people's skin, and he does it like the fucking goofiest way possible.
It is fun to watch, and I love players like that who they're having fun, for sure, but they're also really just pissing everybody off too.
Yeah,
you know.
It's nice. It looks good.
Yeah. So, I mean, I am excited for them to come back on Thursday. I think Thursday's going to be a much different game, being at home in front of the home crowd.
Playing San Jose, who got smoked by Vegas twice. Yeah.
Aren't they 0-3 now, too?
No, they're 0-2.
It's 0-2. They've only played Vegas twice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, because they played Vegas on their last game of the preseason too, and it's just been 3 games in a row against Vegas and just getting their ass kicked.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they lost last night to Anaheim.
San Jose did?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's rough.
Who also would have thought that San Jose and Vegas was going to be this just heated rivalry?
Oh man, I could have told you that.
Really? I thought it was going to be more of like an LA or like a Phoenix.
No, especially 2 years in a row meeting each other in the playoffs, and the way that last year's playoffs ended too.
Oh god, yeah.
And especially with some of the personalities, look at the fight that's going on between Evander Kane and Ryan Reeves. You know, and then did you guys see Marc-Andre Fleury was just giving sticks away last night?
Yeah.
Hilarious.
So funny.
Hysterical.
Puts it through the camera hole.
I love Marc-Andre Fleury so much. He's my favorite.
He said somebody had asked him about it after the game. He's like, well, let's just say that stick was broken.
Outstanding.
He's so good.
Yeah. Any games stick out to you guys so far in the NHL that you've seen?
How about last night's Toronto-Montreal game?
Oh my god. I didn't get to watch it, but I got the notifications for it. Holy shit.
Toronto was just shit kicking Montreal.
and then
And
out
it
of
was
nowhere,
it was like what 4-1, and then Montreal came back, wins it in the shootout.
mhm.
Whew. I mean, Toronto. Cool. Okay, speaking of Toronto, did you see the whole ceremony when they're announcing the players and they announced the captains and all that?
I did not.
The look on Matthew's face, he looked so fucking pissed off to not be that named captain.
Ooh,
Like, he looked furious, and I thought it was kind of funny.
trade him.
Well,
Arizona.
also at the same time, maybe tell your organization, your management that hey, so something happened back in May. We're trying to keep it on the DL, but just as a heads up, something happened.
And then top
Instead
of
of
that,
having them find out through Twitter.
people freaking out about the Toronto. I always forget the guy's announcer's name.
Jim Houston.
Yeah, talking about comparing it to Patrick Kane, and all these idiots not realizing he's talking about 2012 Cinco de Mayo Patrick Kane and not the rape allegation Patrick Kane.
Well, no, I think the issue was just his wording on it. I think was more so the issue of what people did not like. I think that was the biggest problem that they had with it. Yes, there were also people who did not understand that he was not talking about the 2016 thing. It was about what happened out in Wisconsin, even though he blatantly came out and said in 2012 in Wisconsin, you know. But I think it was the wording that he chose, which was what made people upset. Speaking of asshole announcers, though, Jack Edwards.
Yeah, I was just about to say that one too.
He's on another one. Roman Polak, who, I mean, is not the greatest player in the world, but obviously you don't want to see anybody hurt unless his name is Brad Marchand.
Jesus.
Sorry. Polak goes to make a hit, which the hit in itself probably was not going to be of the cleanest variety.
No, didn't look like it.
No, but the Boston player evaded the check, and Polak also kind of lost his edge too a little bit, and went into the boards pretty much neck first.
Yeah.
And I believe the injury ended up being just a broken collarbone, right?
No, he has a small crack in his sternum.
A crack in his sternum, not his collarbone? Okay.
No.
So he went in really hard, and then he fell back awkwardly and just laid a little, like, motionless on the ground, which if an NHL player lays motionless, especially somebody like Roman Polak, who has snapped his ankle before and tried to get up and skate off on it, it scares the hell out of you.
Yeah.
And you know something is wrong when they're not even trying to get up, right? Or they're not even moving. So for Jack Edwards to come out and say it was a self-inflicted injury is one of the most asinine things.
Instant hockey karma.
Oh my God. Instant hockey karma.
God.
It's an asinine comment. Are you kidding me? The guy is laying motionless on the ice. And you could talk about, people are saying, oh, well, if you listen more to the broadcast, he elaborates more on it. No, you just don't say that.
At that moment, that's not what you say at that moment. You
just don't say that.
That's ridiculous.
No.
I don't know. I'm sick of talking about Jack Edwards.
He's an idiot. I can't believe that he still has a job.
I mean, Boston loves him. There you go.
Well, of course, he's Boston scum.
There you go. Fuck you.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't stand that homerism stuff and the just whatever.
Yeah.
Let's talk more about the Blackhawks.
Well, yeah, before we switch to the rest of the league, we didn't talk about the big signing.
That's right. The big signing. The big contract extension.
DeBrincat.
Oh, yes.
DeBrincat. Like, so confused there.
Yeah, you're staring like,
what? I'm sitting there going, what's going on? Yes, Alex DeBrincat got his ticket, and boy, is it a good one.
It's a win-win.
Kudos.
Win-win.
Kudos to Stan Bowman on this one.
Hell yeah, brother.
What are the numbers on it again?
3 year with 6.4 AAV.
Yeah. And he's making 8 or 9 in that last year or
I
something
think
like
it's
that, right?
9.
9.
Yeah.
So a really, really nice contract for him where he's going to be getting his money towards the end. But this is also a very team-friendly deal.
Wow. Yeah.
And I think it's something
I was
that's
gonna say it
going to
works
lead
out
into
perfectly
Strom's
too.
contract.
Yeah, it works out perfectly because that's when the same time that like was it Keith Taves and Kane's contracts are all up. So it's
Yeah.
there's gonna be more money when it's over.
Mm-hmm. And at least one of those guys is not going to be coming back.
I mean, even if they are like all coming back, you're not going to be paying. I don't think they're going to be making like 10 each still, and I don't think Keith is going to be making like 5.5 or whatever.
No, but I think the other side of that is there's going to be another team that's going to most likely pay them that money just because they are who they are, whether it's Keith, Kane, Taves, what have you.
I don't think
Keith's
you lose
done.
Kane or Taves. Yeah,
I think
don't
Keith's
think you
done
lose
at this
Kane or Taves at all.
contract.
You think he's going to retire?
He'll be 39.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll be 39. He's made his money. He's got his cups. I mean, he's got his Norris. He's got like all this stuff. What else does he have to prove at that point? You know?
I don't know.
Yeah, he's got like gold medals and stuff too.
Yeah, like he's done everything he could possibly do.
I mean, if he wants to keep playing, then I'm sure like the Hawks would probably be able to talk him into doing like minimum contracts or something,
Yeah.
like a Joe Thornton style thing, where he's like, I'll
League.
keep playing if I can. Like,
League minimum. But he can't even play now, so.
But they think he can.
Well, they'll offer him a front office gig.
Yeah.
Be like the elevator guy.
Oh my god.
Put him on the elevator.
He'll be checking the bags at Fifth Third Arena, make sure there's nothing getting in there.
Metal detector guy.
Because clearly they needed improvement on that since Ski was able to bring that goddamn sword last week.
I know. We won. Look at Tanner's
Sorry,
face.
what?
So when we won our league this summer, one of the things that they gave us was a sword. I don't know why.
It was it was like the President's Trophy.
It's phenomenal. Anyway, so Dice had texted Ski. He was like, "Hey, the guy from the Veterans Hockey League wants us to take a photo with the sword. So can you bring it?" And me and Nolly picked up Ski at the house, and he reads us his text. He goes, "He's full of shit. No way does this Veterans Hockey League guy want this." So he brings it in, and there's this. If you walk into Fifth Third Arena, as soon as you walk in, this big, huge metal detector that you have to walk through. Obviously, we didn't walk through with our bags, but the guy went there. He was like, "Can I take a look through your guys' bags?" And Ski looks at the both of us. He's just like, "Okay, sure." So this guy, he zips open the bag, and he's like rifling through it, and the sword like literally was right on top of everything. And he's like rifling through it, looking underneath. And then he goes, "All right, you're good." It just sends him along. And me and Nolly Ski looked at each other like, "What's going on? How can you let somebody with the sword in? It's right there."
Maybe
I almost wanted to stop him and be like, wait, look again. Wait, you missed it. Wait. So I guess my Swiss Army knife that was on a keychain could not get into that, but a knife, yeah, let's let that in.
Yeah, Roy's knife that he uses to cut like his tape off his stick got taken too. It's
funny.
Yeah.
Well, you might as well just bring a sword from now on.
Yeah.
May as well. Yeah. So how did we get there?
We're talking about new jobs for Duncan Keith.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. There it is. Well, Dunks, that's your job. Taking away swords from people. But no, that contract, it is very team friendly, and I think it's going to play nicely into what Dylan Strom is going to end up getting as well.
I was going to say, I was mentioning like in our group text, it's like no matter how good Dylan Strom plays and no matter how good Alex Nylander plays, they're not going to be like their contract is not going to be more than DeBrincat like coming up. So that's always nice.
When does Kirby Dach get into the lineup, do you guys think? I know he hasn't necessarily been cleared just yet, but
it'd be nice to see him Thursday if it was possible. Let him get that taste of playing at the UC,
especially the home opener.
Yeah, I think that'd be nice. Awesome. But I mean, it's like you said, there's no I don't think there's really been an update on his status. So that's
no, I haven't heard anything since he's going to travel with the team to Europe.
His medical clearance is chilling. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Is that an official press release? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Okay, good.
I mean, he's
Upper
got
body chill.
the next 7 games are at home. So, I mean,
Did you guys see the differences between the Hawks and the Flyers schedule?
no.
The Hawks have the next 7 games at home, and the Flyers only have 1 more home game for the rest of the month. And technically,
wow.
that first game was a home game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Well, I mean, that's good for Philly. Like, the end of the season, they'll probably have more home games then. That's when you really want them.
Yeah. And somebody on Twitter was like, oh, this is fair. Typical Hawks homerism. Hawks are going to get 7 straight home games, and the Flyers are on the road after they come back from Europe. And it's like, shut up.
Yeah, because we
Shut
set the
up.
schedule.
Well, yeah, no, because that's what we got 3rd overall pick.
Yeah. There it is. Snack on it.
Hawks homerism, which is why whenever we get these specialty games, we end up fucking losing.
Yeah, I know. Just stop giving them to us, please.
Yeah.
Honestly. Like,
Just stop.
is there no other team in the league that has, like, a guy from the Czech Republic on their team? Like, David Kampf was, like, the big ticket for, like, the Hawks to make it to that game.
Only reason the Hawks got Kubalik was just for this game.
They're like, you better get another
Couldn't even
guy.
score. Yeah. Anything else for Hawks talk before we fully move on to the NHL?
No.
Not really. I think that's just, excited for game 2.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody freaking out about this season? Get off the ledge, take a deep breath, relax.
81 more games.
Yeah. 81
Kaner's
games.
on pace for like 240 something points.
Gonna go 81-1-1. 81-1-0. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's gonna be an extra game in there somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll say 8. We'll say 81-1. They'll lose a shootout somewhere.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Thursday.
Yeah, that's a tough look. If you lose to the team that's 0-3.
Yeah, but I mean, they're gonna be so hungry. So
yeah, I know.
It's gonna be
And they're
a
gonna
tough
be
game.
pissed off.
Oh, and
But-
is Evander Kane coming back?
Yep, that's his first game
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
So watch out.
We'll see. NHL. I was watching past couple days the Florida and Tampa Bay.
How weird is
home
it
and
with
home.
Q?
It's weird.
It's so
It
weird.
is. It is really weird. I will tell you what, though. Florida is moving
Oh, yeah.
out there. They
yeah.
are excited. They are cruising. And Sergei Bobrovsky is going to end up stealing them a lot of hockey.
He looks so fucking good.
He
I
looks
saw a save he
incredible out
made
there.
yesterday against
Oh my God,
Kucherov on the
Kucherov?
power play.
Oh.
Yeah, slide across, glove save.
So nice. He made that exact same save on their first game. I think it was back on Wednesday or Thursday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he made almost that exact same save. And they played really well against Tampa both games. They outshot them in the first game.
Was he worth the $10 million already?
Oh yeah,
That's nice.
yeah.
That's not too shabby.
Considering that team's never had a decent goalie, like a full.
Wow, sorry, Roberto Luongo.
No. Okay. I was saying I was literally about to say his name too as you were fucking chirping me for that. When he came back, he was never fully healthy. He was older and all that. This is gonna be the first time that they have a team. They have a team in front and a decent goalie to make this happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that team is scary, actually.
Any surprises for you guys to start out the year? I know we're like 2 games in only for most
just
teams,
pulling up
but
the standings to see.
Sidney Crosby got in a fight.
Oh, don't even give me started.
I
on
saw that with Dubois.
Yeah.
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 Last time he got in a fight was in 2015, and it was against Brandon Dubinsky.
Mm-hmm.
So that's funny.
Yeah, I guess
And-
Dubois threw a hit to the head of Gensel or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was just like a shoulder, like got him a little bit on the jaw.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what it is about Columbus, but I love the fact that they get under the Penguins' skin so bad.
Mhm. Columbus is going to be really bad this year, by the
Oh
way.
yeah.
They are going to
Oh,
be horrendous.
0-2 already with a -8 goal differential.
Mhm. They got
Jesus.
smoked by both Toronto and Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And Pittsburgh did not have a great opening day either.
No. They lost to Buffalo, right?
I don't know if it was Buffalo.
No, yeah, I think it was.
I think it was like 5-1
Was
to
it?
Buffalo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like 5-2 or something.
I know it was a bitch slap.
Yeah.
And Malkin freaked out in the locker room.
I don't know. Buffalo. Oh no, it's 3-1. But Buffalo
3-1,
also won
oh.
7-2 yesterday.
against the Devils. Yeah.
Yeah. They got actually, I'm glad that we talked about Buffalo. Did you see their whites on the ice?
They look
With
great.
the gold. Oh my god, those jerseys
look
are
great.
gorgeous.
So nice.
Gorgeous.
They look so good. And I'm a huge fan of the white gloves with them too.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody else says. I'm a
know.
huge fan of the white gloves.
Dude, that white, gold, and navy is just fucking awesome. It makes me want to get a jersey so bad.
Those look incredible.
I'm gonna go get Nolly a fucking Eichel jersey.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, bitch.
Yeah. Oh, also today it is his birthday today.
Oh yeah, happy
6th.
birthday, Nolly.
Or
Happy
yesterday
birthday,
when you're listening, if you're listening to this about
Yeah.
it comes out. But
true.
that's why, he's too busy that, he's got to do birthday stuff at fucking 10 o'clock in the morning. So he can't come on for half an hour. God,
honestly, if it was my birthday, I wouldn't come on either.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's part of the interview, so no worries.
Yeah.
Good to hear his beautiful voice.
Yeah.
I thought Carolina wasn't doing the storm surge this year.
No, they are. They just didn't do it for playoffs.
No, I thought they came out and said that they were putting that in the past. They were moving on.
No,
I don't know. I'm a big fan of it, though. I love that they keep doing it.
What did they do? I didn't see what they did.
I didn't see the second one.
The first one was the first one they did where they were just at the far blue and they skated and jumped into the glass.
Oh, they're reusing ones already?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Dougie Hamilton was the one that started it, so we all know that he's a lazy piece of shit. So he just
Oh my god,
kind of recycled through. What was the second one? Did you guys see that one?
I didn't see that one.
They weren't at home.
They weren't at home.
They weren't at home.
Oh, they weren't at home. I thought
they were in Washington.
No, they were in Washington. Oh, Jake Gardner got his first goal though too, and they had those their new ones that say Canes across. I don't like those jerseys really.
No, they look better than I thought they were going to, but I still think that they look cheap.
Yeah. How about Edmonton starting out 2-0?
How about them?
Beat LA yesterday. I think it was like 6-5 or 7-5 or something like that.
5.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, 6-5. All I know is James Neal's got 2 bingos already.
Yeah.
So that's a good trade. James Neal,
is not going to look good for Calgary.
He has 2 Genos, and Lucic has a fight. That's it.
Yeah.
McDavid's already got 5. McDavid and Draisaitl already have 5 points.
Jesus Christ. Are you serious? That's ridiculous.
Who else?
What are the chances McDavid breaks like 150 points this year?
I don't know. We'll see if Kaner gets there first.
I mean, I'm not even joking. He's got 5 points in 2 games.
Yeah, but so the guy. I'm not even gonna try to say his name because I'm gonna fucking butcher the shit out of it, and I don't like that.
Spell it out.
Joke. New York Rangers starts with the Z.
Zibanejad.
Yes. He has got
it's like, have you ever heard anybody's names being said before? Like, do you listen to every broadcast?
You know what?
Or like, do you just like watch it with no volume? Like,
I would like to know what your version of that name would have been. Zabumafu. Zanchifant.
I probably would have thrown a Bane in there. But anyway, he's got 8 points already.
Yeah, he got a hat trick.
Yeah, 4.
He's got 4 first hat trick of the
and he had
year.
A beauty of a goal last night against Ottawa.
Who knew that once Zibanejad became the captain, he was just going to become like the leading scorer of the league?
He's not the captain.
I thought he was.
No, they ended up going 4 A's.
What?
Yeah.
But that's a tough look.
Are you serious? I thought I saw somewhere that it said he was the captain.
That Hockey Collective or whatever put that out that it was going to be, but it ended up just being they ended up going 4 A's.
Oh my god, yeah! And I'm looking at their page now, and he's got the big old A right there.
Yeah. Hilarious.
So
Panarin looks weird in a Rangers jersey.
Has he scored yet?
Can we just talk about how weird it is? I feel like the teams are very hesitant to name captains now.
Yeah.
I feel like back in like the early 2000s and like the 90s, like teams were like, "Oh, we need a captain." Like, you're it.
You. Yeah.
It's that millennial mindset.
It's so weird. It's like, oh, now I don't know. I guess they're trying to make it seem like, oh, a captain is more than just a captain. It's you represent us and represent everything. It's like, bro, you need a captain.
I mean, I understand it if there's like a clear cut like rookie coming in that you think's gonna be the captain, holding off, kind of thing. But at the same time,
McDavid,
Taves.
Just pull the trigger. Just name them.
Yeah, I don't know. Panarin, captain.
Oh my God, Blake Coleman.
Oh yeah,
Blake
that was
Coleman's
pretty.
goal.
That's the second time. Yeah, he's done that before.
Second time he scored a goal with one hand. This one was much prettier than the first time that he did it. I don't know how he got so much lift off of that.
What was that goalie doing too?
Trying to make a save on a one-handed shot that went top shelf.
Honestly, God, probably what was going through his head that entire time was, "Oh my God, what do I do? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God."
Yeah,
oh my God.
it's
That's
like,
not going to happen. Like
who
that's not
expects
going
it to go top shelf? Like you go down trying to cover up most of the area, and then all of a sudden it's past your fucking ear, and you're like, "Whoa, what?"
And like that was like actually kind of a hard shot for the situation that he was in.
Unreal.
He got some mustard on it. I don't know how he did that.
Did you guys see the hit Taylor Hall had on Jake McCabe?
No.
Oh my God. Taylor Hall went to line up Jake McCabe, and then McCabe just fucking flattened him.
No way.
Yeah, he because McCabe was skating up with the puck, and Taylor Hall comes at him, and McCabe looks up, sees him, and he just fucking braces himself and takes him, fucking levels him. And Taylor Hall had to, he came off the ice. He was like fucking dazed. The aftermath of it was like he had his hand on the boards and was just like, "Oh, what the fuck was that?"
Whoa. Well, McCabe is a big boy too.
Oh yeah, he is, and you can see it on his face after he hits him. He's just like laughing, or he's just like fucking thought so. Just like skates away. It's like what?
That's hilarious.
Yeah, dude. Seeing Jake McCabe was at the CPHL, right, Jarom?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a big fucking guy.
Big guy. He was one of those guys I'm looking on the bench. I'm just like, wow.
He's not like super tall, but he's just like that's a thick
he's
boy.
Built. Yeah, he's built.
Yeah,
he's a brick wall for sure.
So yeah, but yeah, I would suggest checking that hit out because holy shit.
I'll take a look at it. 3 games on the docket for this Sunday. Lightning and Hurricanes. Early one today. Stars and Red Wings, Jets and Islanders. All going today. I already got my bets in. So
we got Tampa, Dallas, Islanders.
Yes.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Dallas needs a win. I mean,
Dallas does need a win. Yeah.
Winnipeg, you got to try to take advantage of that team. I mean, they don't know what the fuck they are.
Yeah.
They came back, even though they came back against the Devils.
What's their defense looking like?
Not good.
Oh. Like, is it
Morrissey?
just non-existent still?
Yeah, pretty much.
Dahlstrom started, didn't he?
I don't know.
I thought I saw somewhere that Dahlstrom had gotten in the second game.
I don't know. That's loud. Crushing it.
No joke. That's like the third fucking ambulance that's going by.
What is going on?
It's Sundays in Chicago, baby. It's the sound of my city, man.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I figured a back-to-back for Tampa Bay. They dropped the first one. They're going to want to get the second one. Dallas is going up against Detroit. Detroit's not great. Dallas could probably handle them.
No, they're not.
They're not?
They're 1-0.
1-0.
1-0.
Yeah.
Okay.
They could probably handle Detroit. And then, the Islanders, I feel like they could take care of the Jets. Did you see the goal that the Islanders scored, by the way, that went off of 4 different Capitals skates and into the net?
Yeah. Are you serious?
Yeah.
How does it have so much momentum still?
So it was a pass from the sideboards coming cross ice, and it was coming through the middle. So the first pass, it went and it hit the first player's skate. The forward skate went down, hit the defenseman's skate, back up a little bit again, hit the other forward skate, and then back down to hit the other defenseman's skate and into the net.
And it went off the goalie's skates. I don't know if it was Holtby or if it was the backup.
It was Phoenix Copley.
Yeah, it also bounced off his skate, off the post in the net.
And into the net.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, take a look at that. That was pretty incredible, honestly. It hit 4 different Capitals skates.
That guy's pinball status is a fucking rock star. Holy
That's
shit.
insane.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what is it that like that calculated maneuver, like he's staring and he's got all the functions like floating around his head. Now.
Totally meant to do that. Exactly what I wanted to do.
What was that? That's like the Zach Galifianakis thing from like The Hangover or something. Like that when he's playing poker.
Yeah. All the equations just kind of floating around.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Anything else NHL wise you guys had?
It's good to be back.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
happy.
I need to watch more hockey. I've just been like busy.
Yeah.
Like working and stuff. So it'll be nice.
How are your fantasy teams looking? Because I'm looking pretty good right now. Only big thing for me, I'm like a -10.
I know I'm playing
really?
you dick.
Oh. Sorry.
It's a
Goalies
2 week
are
though.
crushing it for me.
It's a 2 week one though. So
Well, it's like a week and a half. Yeah.
yeah. You're
I
up
don't know.
5-4.
Yeah.
I'm winning 7-5 right now.
There you go.
Only because of my goalie stats.
I'm a
Yeah,
little.
that's me too. I'm winning all the goalie stats.
Well, my team fucking lays the body. Apparently, got 40 fucking hits.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Good for
In
you.
like 3 days.
I'm a big power play guy. 11
Yeah,
points.
what is going on with your power play?
Because I got
How many power play points do you have? Like
11.
17?
11.
Yeah.
I have
It's
Rantanen
ridiculous.
and McKinnon.
Oh.
And
wow.
There you go.
and McCarr too. He's playing that on that with them too.
Oh, really?
All right,
Yeah.
Colorado guy.
I know.
Jesus.
That's what I realized too. As soon as I finished the draft, I'm looking like, fuck. I went heavy Colorado. I also got
Yeah.
Grubauer too.
What is the matter with you?
So
Jesus.
who are you missing right now? Like Sam
Yeah.
Girard and like Landeskog?
Pretty much.
Pick up Nazem Kadri. He won't.
Yeah, do
Yeah,
it.
you know what? You're right.
Hey, I actually won't do that. Good call.
That's so good. I'm so glad hockey's back though.
I know. I'm excited.
Let's see who gets which coach gets fired first. Like who makes the first
Ooh.
big trade.
Ooh. What coach gets fired first?
Who's gonna be on the hot seat?
Pete DeBoer maybe in San Jose if they continue to struggle.
Oh, yikes!
Yeah, that might be a good call.
If they continue to struggle, it might be Pete DeBoer.
Bruce Boudreaux.
Yeah, he's got to be up there.
One can only hope. We say that every year, and he sticks around.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he can go ahead and stick around if Minnesota wants to remain at the bottom of the standings. I'm completely cool with that.
Would John Tortorella be a thing, or do they know that Columbus is just not going to do anything?
I don't know.
I feel like
Depends on how much loyalty is there, right?
yeah.
Oh my God, that's fucking brutal.
The slogan this year
Yes.
for
I was like,
Columbus.
Why does that sound so familiar?
The slogan for the Columbus Blue Jackets this year is loyalty.
And their
which I
video
guess
announcing that is just oh God.
Nice subliminal messaging over to Bob and Panarin, who were,
Whoa,
very happy.
Don't forget about
Gone.
Duchesne and Dzingel.
Oh yeah, but yeah,
Yikes. Crazy ex-girlfriend, man.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know.
It's
That's
such
a good
petty
question,
thing,
Jared.
I think.
Oh, absolutely, it is. And then what was your other question? Who gets traded first?
Who makes the first big
Who makes
trade?
the first big trade?
First big trade?
Honestly,
I don't know.
I'm gonna say Columbus. I think they're gonna realize that they need a fucking real goaltender, like solid veteran goaltender, and I think they'll try to pull the trigger. And I think if LA keeps struggling, I think they'll look to see what they can do to get quick.
I was gonna say
I don't hate that move actually.
We got a couple birds in the back end for us. Maybe a little Crow, maybe a little Robin Lehner. If they want to give us, I don't know, Pierre-Luc Dubois or something.
I'm just like tossing a name out there. I don't know. Seth Jones. I heard. Somebody told me that was an option. I don't know.
Oh, that'd be real nice. That'd be real nice.
Yeah.
But,
Oh yeah, having
actually,
Seth Jones on the back. Oh yeah.
That like trade that you just brought up is, I was like, that makes a lot of sense. The LA Columbus.
Oh, I think you meant Leonard for Seth Jones. I was like, no, that doesn't make any sense.
No. That doesn't sound terrible.
Yeah,
they
I don't mind that at all,
they have a
'cause they
good
gotta get
history
young
of
anyway.
trading. They have a good trading history with each other.
It brings Quick closer to home too. So
Mhm. Connecticut. Yeah,
Okay.
interesting.
You taste that?
first.
It's the NHL season.
Is that ketchup? Ketchup and I taste it on my tongue.
Now the Tutsies are a little fucked up.
All right, should we slide it over to Dylan Playfair?
Yeah, probably. I think we've had enough of this.
I think so. All right, cool. Interview with Dylan Playfair coming at you right now.
See you in a little bit.
All right, so today we are joined by a very special guest. He is one of the stars of the mega hit show Letterkenny. You know him as Riley. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show Dylan Playfair. Dylan, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, thanks so much for coming on. So yeah, before we really get into this, some news that came out recently. I just want to say congratulations on getting picked up in Australia.
Oh, thank you so much, man. Yeah, we're really excited about it. We've been eyeing that market for some time now, so we're stoked to officially be accessible.
Like how surreal is it that this all started like on YouTube and now you're global with this?
It's wild, man. I mean, the show started out with basically a beer league hockey team. I mean, me and Andrew, who played the two hockey players, we were playing beer league hockey with the Trappers, which was the name of our team out in Vancouver, BC. And Jared Kiso was our captain. We still call him Cap. And it's wild. He was our captain. Nate Dales, one of the other farmers, he plays dairy. He was a line mate of me and Herzy's. And Jamie Lapointe, who actually plays the Ginger, was also one of our star forwards. So we had a dream team in the locker room. And after actually Jamie was one of the guys who sort of put it on Kiso's table because Andrew and I had just finished playing brothers in the Gordie Howe story for Mr. Hockey. And we played hockey playing brothers, and Jamie saw that, and he goes, "Hey, you played Don Cherry in the CBC story. You guys should go full circle and bring the hockey players up for an episode of the YouTube series Letterkenny." And we came out and had a successful 2-minute clip there, and I guess the rest is history. It's friggin' awesome, though, man. It's cool to make content with your friends.
Yeah. So, all right. So let's talk about the show a little bit. So for any of our listeners who might be living under a rock, can you tell us a little bit of what Letterkenny is about?
Yeah, definitely. So Letterkenny is the trials and tribulations of small town life. So you've got your Hicks, Skids, hockey players, and your natives, and just the interactions that take place on a day-to-day basis between the little cliques in a small town. And hilarity ensues, I can tell you that much for free.
Do you want to go in a little bit about like what your character kind of is, you and Andrew kind of together, like what you guys bring to the show?
Yeah, definitely. So he and I play two resident, and I hope I don't get in trouble for saying this, but it's used. I'm pretty sure it's in the breakdown of the actual show. We're the two nutsacks of Letterkenny. So we are oftentimes the butts of jokes, but it's endearing to play those guys because we really do believe we are the biggest fish in this pond, and the pond's very, very small. So it's not really a title to be super proud of. But Hersey and I play Riley and Jonesy, obviously the hockey players who are really high on their own shit, and they think they're going to the NHL even when it's pretty obvious it's not going to happen. But anyone who's been around any hockey player, lacrosse player, football player, soccer player who's got a bit of an ego issue, I think is going to be able to identify with why Riley and Jones are easy to make fun of. Yeah, we kind of finish each other's sentences and operate with one brain. In the first 2 seasons, we shared the same girlfriend, Katie, who is also the sister of Wayne, which rubs him the wrong way for obvious reasons. It's awesome because Hersey's he's a real good buddy of mine. So, the chemistry we have on set, it's not a ton of work to make that jive. Him and I are. It's fun now that we're in our 7th block of filming here. Like we've got a pretty good understanding of each other and what makes our characters funny and how to do the little things that really make our characters click. So we're essentially a two-headed animal with 2 bodies.
Yeah, I mean, just watching the show, you can tell that all you guys are just like pretty much just buddies hanging out, filming each other do stupid stuff. So you could definitely tell while watching it. It's a lot of fun.
It's wild, and I mean, credit to Jerry Kiso and Jacob Tierney. I mean, those guys they write us content that is so easy to make funny that I think a lot of people think we're improvising just because, you know, there's an interesting challenge when you're making a television series with friends, because for Hersey and I, the pressure was on in a bigger way, you know, because we knew that Jared had gone to bat for us just to, you know, get us into the show, because he brought us over from the YouTube days, and now obviously this show's massively successful, but that wasn't necessarily an easy sell out of the gate with Bell. I mean, they trusted us obviously, but they kind of had to trust Jared's word on it that we were going to be the guys that could deliver with these characters. So you know, we work really, really hard to make sure that looks as natural as it is, because the dialogue that you guys hear in the show, I mean, 99% of it is written, you know, months ahead of time before we even get there. And of course we have room for ad libs here and there. And if there's something funny in the moment, you recognize it and you go with it and you make it natural. But at the same time, so much of that work is done before we even get there. It's just making sure we're off book and knowing what we're doing before we get on set, so that, you know, we're not wasting other people's time trying to remember our lines.
Is like your role as Riley, a hockey player, obviously we all know you played hockey, you said you played men's league. Was it kind of a easy transition? Like, do you still feel kind of connected to like the hockey world in that way? Or?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like my father's a NHL coach. He actually just signed with the Edmonton Oilers as an assistant for this year. So we're really stoked about that. And then I grew up playing the game. The highest level I played was junior A in the BCHL, and my middle brother Jackson still plays pro. He's playing for the Orlando Solar Bears in the East Coast League, and my youngest brother Austin played in the Western League, and he actually moved up to Vancouver 2 years ago. He wrecked his shoulder in his second season in the Western League, and then decided to take his Western League scholarship and actually went to fashion school, which is kind of neat. But okay. Yeah, you know, hockey family through and through. My uncle played for Buffalo and in Los Angeles, so I mean there was a lot of hockey around the family. And you know, it's kind of funny playing such a dim-witted hockey player, because you'd think, you know, there might be a little bit of bad blood, but the hockey community has received us with open arms, and it's been absolutely fantastic. It's funny, actually, my dad was busting my chops when he got the job in Edmonton. A lot of the tweets that were going around were less about him coming in and more about Riley. Does this mean Edmonton gets Riley? So yeah, it's come full circle. I'm like, I'm the one wearing the cape now, Dad.
That's awesome. So you guys got some really good chirps between you and your partner there. I mean, any of those? Riley. Yeah. Yeah. Any of those like ones that you guys have had before, or are they all just written down by
you? Know, what'll happen, most of it comes from Kiso, but there have absolutely been times where he's sent me a text and gone, "Hey bud, what's the pulse on the latest and greatest hockey chirps?" And like I said, you know, I got my brothers that are still in the game, so there's been a couple seasons where I've texted those two guys and gone, "Hey, what's the deal on the chirps?" And I would get back just pages of gold, and I'll just copy and paste and send it over to them. So a couple of them have made it in there, but yeah, it's definitely nice having those two guys still, you know, in the game in a big way. It helps us with content for sure.
So your entire show is just the comedians, just how funny everybody is. How hard is it to, like, you know, get your takes in and, like, you know, keep the straight face for that? Because I mean, we see what you guys put out for like the bloopers on the YouTube channel and all that, but I'm sure that's only like a fraction of what's going on.
Yeah, it's a really, I mean, it's a cool job to have for sure. Because the thing is, if you're not in a good mood on set, you can't really. It's hard to fake that stuff, right? So you kind of come to set and. It's for sure the most fun work environment that I've ever been a part of. I've been lucky. I've done a couple other projects, but this is absolutely by far and away the most fun one. So yeah, that's definitely why we don't shoot all the rehearsals, because they're basically unusable material between the chirps on set and the laughter on set. But you know, it's a skill we've all had to fine tune. But when we're actually rolling in the third or fourth take, everyone's got to shut the hell up because it's very difficult to get through. But there have been actually a couple of scenes that one in particular with Coach, he's laughing like a weasel, and you see the side profile of my face, and I could barely keep it together, man. I cracked. I think I was laughing pretty hard, and if you look, you can see the smile creaking around the side of my face there. So it certainly happens, but it's like, it's like any skill. The more you practice, the better you get at it. So that's where my headspace has been with it.
That's awesome. With all the chirps that you and Jonesy are slinging around, do you guys have any like favorite ones that you've used on the show that you kind of use in like beer league games or anything like that?
The one the one chirp that actually is kind of meta. I one time this guy at beer league he was chirping me, and I chirped him. I go. He goes, do you get paid to play hockey that badly? And I go, no, but I get paid to look this good. and Kiso on the bench heard me, and he goes, did you just tell that guy you get paid to look as good as you look? I'm like, yeah, because fucking Riley's a good-looking dude. I realized what I said, and I was like, that sounds so much worse out loud than it did in my head. He goes, yeah, we got to work that into the show sometime. So in the heat of the moment, I was pretty self-indulgent in my Pantene Pro V flock of hair. So
that's so perfect. Do you ever catch anybody on the other team rocking 22 and just go at them with the twos?
Because the beer league that I play now, a lot of the guys just have the friggin' numbers taped on. But it's funny, man. It's hard for me to personally, like, as Dylan, to lean into someone. Like, Riley's really, really good at it. But, I mean, I was such a meathead when I played back in the day. Like, my last season in junior, I had 0 goals, 1 assist, like 100-some pims. I was just, like, fighting everybody and hitting everything. So now that I don't have to do that to stay on a team, I'm kind of just like, yeah, buddy, go for it, man. Like, you want to get the puck in the corner? I don't give a shit. It's all good. I'm going to float high. That's optional, boys. I'm third guy high in every friggin' rush there is. My on-ice personality has definitely shifted quite a bit since the career thing. I mean, I had to put a cage on. That was probably for me the biggest change, was going from a visor to a cage. I'm like, it's hard to chirp from behind this thing now.
Some of them are bouncing back at you.
Yeah, exactly.
So we had Nathan on the show a little while ago, and he talked about how you and Andrew are just as advertised as your characters. Who would you say is most like their character besides you and Andrew?
Who's most like our characters? Their characters. Wayne, in a way, I think, because Wayne's kind of the moral compass of our friend group. He's the hardest worker that I've ever met. He's got a real clear understanding of right and wrong. Barry, grew up in Calgary, was a former pro snowboarder. So I don't know how in line with his character he is. He certainly plays a fantastic hick. But Lisa Codrington, she's really, really nice and well-spoken and not at all like Gaylor. Coach is actually a soft-spoken guy. I think the two people who are probably the most on brand would be Hersey and I, and it probably stems from the fact that we both played hockey right up until the point Letterkenny got started. So, yeah, we transitioned pretty seamlessly.
It seems like you guys pretty much you fit the role so well, and then as guys that play hockey or have played hockey as part of a team, it's so easy to just connect with you guys and just be like, man, that's that brotherhood that you just get in the locker room no matter where you're at, and you guys just show it on TV, and it's just fucking amazing.
Man, we have so much fun with that, and it's so rad. The fans have been absolutely incredible, and obviously without fans, we don't get to do what we do, but the hockey world has been absolutely unbelievably receptive to the show, to the brand, and to what we stand for. Because you said it perfectly. There's anyone who's ever played hockey in any medium, from community, house league to beer league to pro to everything in between, they've met Riley and Jonesy in one way or another. So,
I think I've been Riley and Jonesy before.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So it's been really, really cool just to see the excitement on people's faces when they cross your path in the street, and they feel like you guys are honest, man. You get the humor, and that's exactly what it is. You know, this hockey humor. I think that the game is changing. That, you know, guys like, you know, the Spit and Chiclet guys and PK Subban and even Sean Avery to some extent. It's like the whole idea of what makes hockey entertaining is like, you know, there's still like hockey players are respected and all that, but I think now hockey players are feeling a little more free to have fun with the game and the lifestyle and everything that goes into it. And I'd like to think that we're a small part of that equation.
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. So you said that, you know, Jared brought you on and onto the show. What was that the reason you started getting into acting, or what got you towards the acting career?
You know, actually, so when I was playing hockey I mean, I'd always planned to get into film, and my whole idea was, you know, with hockey in your mid-30s, you're kind of getting up there, right? Whereas in most of the other professions of the world, mid-30s is not old. It's kind of offensive to call 30 old in any other industry. So I thought, you know, I'd play hockey. I played pro until I was in my 30s, and I'd go to film school and learn how to direct and do that. And it wasn't until I actually watched Friday Night Lights, and I realized Taylor Kitsch was from Kelowna, and he'd played junior in the same league that I played in, and my coach had actually played against him. So when the season ended and I told my coach that I wasn't going to come back, I was going to go to Vancouver to pursue acting, he put me in contact with a guy on the team's dad who was the location manager. So I was working behind the scenes, picking up garbage and cigarette butts and telling everybody I would, you know, who'd listen to me that I wanted to become an actor. And one of the guys, Ryan McDonald, actually invited me out to play beer league hockey. So I was working on the set of Smallville at the time. And he introduced me to Jared, and I came out, and that was in 2011. So he met me right at the beginning of my career, and he introduced me to his agent, Carrie Wheeler, at the time, and she ended up signing me. And all this time I was going to acting school. My whole philosophy was, you know, I know I haven't done anything before, but I'm going to go into classes, and then an agent will see that I'm serious. And when I first signed with Carrie, I remember walking in to the meeting, and she's like, look, I don't need another like pretty boy who thinks he can act. Like, this is a real industry. I don't want you just coming out here and, you know, part-time acting a full-time beer league. And I was like, can I show you something? And I pulled up the video of my dad breaking hockey sticks on the bench in Abbotsford. He's got one of like the top 10 Sportsnet freakouts. And I showed her that video of him snapping on the twigs and throwing them on the ice and hulking out and ripping his jacket off. And I said, so this is the guy who raised me. If you tell me to do something, I'll just do it. Like, there's no worries about my discipline level. And she laughed. She's like, okay, cool. And then, I ended up actually booking like my third audition, and that was a horror film. And then I did a couple other movies and TV series leading up to the Letterkenny opportunity. But I think, you know, that just that groundwork that I put in before Letterkenny came about because Jared was a working actor. You know, he'd done quite a bit of stuff before he and I met. And that was just his ability to go, look, Jared and Dylan and Andrew are both legitimate actors. They've got a body of work. So it was kind of like the stars aligned, and it just worked out that I had done a couple projects by the time Letterkenny got picked up, and it made sense.
I think that's pretty amazing, though, that you started with hockey and then grew from it, and then hockey actually allowed you to get to where you are as well through like the connections that you had, and that's just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. I mean, the similarities are unbelievable between hockey and acting. You know, like there's no laid out step-by-step guideline to how to become a professional hockey player, much like there's no step-by-step guideline on how to be an actor. You know, there's other industries out there where you kind of know what you got to do in order to get to where you want to go. But this is one of those ones where you kind of got to take it in your own hands. So applying that whole, you know, work ethic off the ice and understanding that you're part of a team and it's not just you, it's the bigger picture. Knowing your role in a team, it directly influences knowing your role in a film or a television series. And I think just taking that attitude from hockey and applying it to film, you know, for me, it was a no-brainer, and it was hugely advantageous. I mean, I think I went into the audition rooms with a bit of a leg up on people, just understanding that, you know, I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel here. I'm trying to present to the director or the coach. Like if they need a high energy third line guy, then I'll present that to them. If their three goalies are locked up and they have been locked up, then you're probably not going to get the job. And I applied the same philosophy to auditioning. Honestly, I know it sounds crazy, but it really, for me, it's been a parallel that's paid out for me in a big way.
Kind of like, just keep doing your work and eventually somebody will see you and notice your hard work that you're putting in.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, coachability and working when no one else is watching and performing under pressure, and exactly just understanding that if you're good, you're going to get seen, and all of the cliches that we've all heard playing hockey and, throughout the years, I kind of just thought of that as my acting school, and it turned out to be a decent way of analyzing it.
Yeah, people think it's like insane when I tell them, like, they're like, oh, where'd you like talk about like work ethic and all that? And I'm like, well, I mean, growing up playing the game, it's like it's a straight game plan, like, just follow this and you're going to be fine. And it's awesome. That's why I love this game so much, is because it really gives you the tools to do whatever you want in life, which is awesome.
Yeah, and that, it's a thing that's been really interesting, is just seeing how many people in film have a background in sports of some kind, whether it's football, hockey, baseball, soccer, boxing, you name it. Like when you've been put into a position where you have to deal with failure and success on a constant basis, and you have to acknowledge that you have some control over things, and you don't have some control over other things, like your conditioning and how prepared you are. You can control that. What the other team's doing, you can't control that. So, there's a ton of parallels, and I've been really fortunate. Again, I've worked with people who recognize that, and I've been hired by people who understand that. And, it's been a great icebreaker for those, dinners out, but it's also been something that, it's kind of like an unspoken understanding of what makes a successful television show is really similar to what makes a successful hockey club.
Definitely. So going back to Letterkenny a little bit, you guys are going on season 7. So there's a lot of stuff going on, through your time doing the show. Do you have a favorite moment from the show so far?
Yeah, I would say season 1, the entirety of season 1 was, for me, kind of blended together into one big moment. I mean, we had no idea that we were going to get picked up for 6 episodes. We were, when Jared told us that he was pitching it as a series, we thought we were going to get maybe a pilot. That's normally what happens. You go shoot one episode and you go back and find out if you get picked up for a season. So he took us out for dinner and told us we hadn't been picked up for an episode. We were all bummed, and he goes, but we have been picked up for 6. And then we flew out to Sudbury, and we all stayed in the same travel lodge, this tiny little hotel out in Sudbury, and we call it summer camp. It was like worked all day and partied all night for a week straight, and a month straight, I should say. And
like you won the cup.
Yeah, man. It's exactly what it felt like. That's exactly what it felt like. I mean, we still have this tradition of some of the core guys from that original squad at the end of every filming will go out to Jared's cabin for 3 days and, kind of party like you won the cup. And again, it all stems back to the whole ideology behind hockey and bender week. And, when you're out of the playoffs, you go on a little bender, and we stay true to that model, and it's been working out. But it kind of reminds me of like my rookie season. You feel like that whole sort of time in your life is happening in slow motion and fast speed all at the same time. It's an interesting place to be. But yeah, that whole first season was really, really cool. Just feeling the magic and thinking to ourselves, this is special. If nothing else, it's a show that we'll all enjoy watching in our own time. And if other people enjoy it too, then bonus. But obviously 7 seasons later, we've absolutely struck a chord with people, something they like. So it's awesome, man.
Definitely a little something special. And, we can't wait to see what's going to happen this upcoming season. Is there anything you can tell us about it a little bit before it comes out?
Yeah, I mean, Kiso and I were texting. He thinks it's the funniest season yet. I have to agree with him. We brought in, I think, we got the most new characters that we've ever had coming in. So that's a that's a fun thing to be able to inject some new blood into a small town. Always, I mean, I'm from a small town originally. Fort St. James is north of Prince George, and that's where I was born and spent every summer. So, you know, I've got a pretty good understanding of small town life. And actually, my fiance, I took her there for the first time this last summer. And I told her on the way up, I'm like, no, just be aware, like when we come to town and the word gets out, there's going to be visitors all day, every day. She was like, yeah, okay. Like I'm sure, whatever. And I swear to God, in 10 days, we had over 175 visitors. My mom kept track of it.
Jesus.
And she was like, okay, Dylan, this is seriously insane. Like they're coming literally land, sea, and air. And I swear to God, my uncle has a helicopter, and he flew in on a helicopter and parked in the it's like a plot of land in the back bush. And yeah, they came on the land, they came in their boats, we got a spot in the water, and they came by the air. So when new people come to town in small towns, it's a big deal. And I think we really embodied that in Letterkenny this year. So there's some new characters coming in, and we have a lot of fun with them. So I think the fans will be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I mean, if you're saying this is the funniest season yet, you got, I mean, got a lot to live up to going into it. So,
dude, tell me about it, man. And that's the thing, right? Like every time I get the new script, my my girl just must think I'm absolutely insane because I just sit with my headphones in and giggle like a friggin' 12-year-old schoolgirl. So yeah, man, the bars go higher and higher every year, but these guys seem to deliver every time. So pretty rad.
Yeah, definitely excited. Can't wait for the next season to come out. One question we like to ask everybody that comes on, what is your favorite hockey moment, whether it be playing, I mean, a good chirp from Letterkenny that you love, or, you know, just anything growing up that you really remember that sticks out?
Yeah, two big stick-out moments. One, I was 13 years old. My dad was coaching for the St. John Flames in St. John, New Brunswick, and the team won the Calder Cup at home. And the first thing he did was he came over to the side of the glass and lifted me and my two brothers onto the ice and brought us out for the on-ice celebration. And that was really cool. And his whole philosophy was when a team wins a championship like that, you know, it's not just the team that sacrifices, but it's the families too. Like, I remember being a kid when he was in the East Coast League and he'd be on the road for 2-3 weeks at a time. And I moved over 6 times growing up in 6 different schools and a lot of sacrifice. It's a cool life. Like, don't get me wrong. I mean, him coaching pro hockey was awesome. I always had my pick of hockey sticks, which was great, but lots of moving around the country. So when the low times are low for everyone and the high times are high for everyone. So that was a really cool memory coming out on the ice and celebrating with him. Another highlight was I was 15 playing Major Midget in Alberta, and I scored a double overtime game-winning goal to get our team into playoffs, and we ended up going on to win the Sutter Cup, which is the Major Midget 15-year-old league championship. And at that time, I was still kind of a grinder, so to be on the ice in overtime by itself was an eye-opening experience, and then to sneak the puck into the net was another one. So those are probably my two biggest highlights.
That's awesome.
Well, Dylan, we want to thank you so much for, coming on and talking Letterkenny, talking hockey. If you're ever in Chicago, hit us up. Definitely can always use an extra body on our beer league team.
Or if you want to just play some
absolutely, boys. Yeah, absolutely.
So Letterkenny season 7 comes out on Crave TV October 11th, and then on Hulu October 14th. Again, Dylan, thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, welcome back on anytime you want.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I appreciate that a lot. I'll take you up on that. And you guys made this easy. I was opening up the email to make sure I got the plugs in properly, but you guys you took care of it already. So Hulu and Crave coming in October. Get ready for it, boys and girls. It's going to be a fun time.
Oh, hell yeah. We can't wait.
Thank you so much,
guys. Thanks so much for having me.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you, Dylan, for coming on again.
Hey, thanks, Nolly, for being a part of that interview.
Yeah.
Coming in for just the interview and leaving.
The whole time I was trying to figure out if he was like in character or not, but no, he's a straight up hockey dude.
Just a big hockey guy. Just a big hockey guy. I love it. You want to take that? Yeah.
Yeah, so that new season starts actually this upcoming week if you're in Canada, the following week on Monday for the States on Hulu. Also, they have some awesome fucking merch available on shopus.letterkenny.tv. You can get fucking hockey jerseys, you can get hats, shirts. I mean, if you don't know what Letterkenny is at this point, first of all, what the fuck are you doing with your life?
Dude, I have one of those Letterkenny Shamrock jerseys.
So do I. I got a Riley one too.
Mine has my own name on
interview.
it.
I was gonna wear it for the interview until I realized that he was calling in and not doing the video. So I was like, he's not even gonna see this.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's a quick way to get a training order as well.
Yeah. Okay, guys.
Hilarious. Good.
Such a great show. So funny.
It is.
Great interview too.
Yeah.
Fun times.
So
cool.
Crave TV, October 11th, Hulu, October 14th, and don't know when they're going to Australia, but they are. So
at some point they'll be in Australia. I don't know when.
They'll be able to tell you about that.
Yeah. So awesome. I think that pretty much wraps it up for us here for the Dach Kirby Dach episode.
You ever heard of him?
Boy, that's a good Chicago name. It's Kirby Dach over there. Over by there. I saw him at the Jules over by there. Holy shit.
Just hanging out with my boy Jules.
Smoking a couple of Jules by the Jules with Kirby Dach. All right, we need to leave. We need to be done. We need to be done with this. All right, thanks for tuning in for Poetzy, Jarom, Tanner, Nolly. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, bud.
See y'all later.
All right, love you, boys.
Follow the boys on Twitter at WCBPodcast, on Instagram at WCBPodcast, and like them on Facebook, the Windy City Benders Podcast.